And...
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Normandy crash site data received from Hackett. Commander Shepard, the Alliance was grateful to receive the information you found at the Normandy's crash site, and we've sent it out to the affected families. By finding those dog tags, you've provided peace of mind for a lot of people, Commander. I thank you on their behalf. But what that symbolizes is putting the trauma of the last 2 years to bed for this mission, while we're currently working with Cerberus. I don't think we came in here, did we? So I don't know why there's 2 wine glasses. He's obviously been... I don't even know who, maybe Chambers he'd had up here? I don't know. But that is the new style N7 helmet. But it's an N7 helmet that we wore when we died. As a morbid but fitting reminder that we are not invincible. I know we've gone through all of these. We're going to Omega. That looks better. I remember that used to be... Was the jacket yellow or something? Or orange? It just looked naff. I do love that jacket. We're only going to Omega. And we don't have anything. We have a recon hood. Yeah. I'm fairly happy with how our armor is at the minute, considering we've got no upgrades. But that's the captain's cabin. That's where all the romancing happens. And now the boring part. I believe we have 15 probes. So... we're going to do some probing. Basically, and there will be a couple of missions that we find. Hey, that's pretty good. 13 probes, okay. There will be a mission or two that we find that we'll go and do as well. But I want to be in a situation where early on we have basically been through and got as many resources as we need to upgrade everything. Because that's why you're doing this, right? And I want to get to a point where I don't need to do any more and we can just, maybe the third act, we can just go ham and not worry about probing planets and flying around the galaxy and running out of fuel. We can just crack on with it. That's my hope anyway. I don't know if that's the case, but either way we're gonna go get mod in. I think Zahid's there as well, so we'll pick up Zahid. That'll do.
Probe launched.
It's still good.
Probe launched.
It's moderate, but we knew that that was there, so we're going to get that as well. No, we've stripped it. Now...
I have detected an anomaly.
So that's a mission. This is a rich planet. We have 5 probes. So pathetically stupid. This is a rich planet. We have 5 probes. We have to leave the system. We have to fly all the way back.
We have used half our fuel.
To the depot. Okay, so this is biting time, or that we could be having fun. We've got to refill our fuel because we've wasted fuel to get here. We've got to buy probes because we need probes. This is system 2 of 6. You see how much time out of the game this takes? It's doggle we need to do first. It's crap. It's utterly crap. And whoever thought these systems, whichever team, I am sorry. I truly am sorry for saying this and for feeling this. But you have created a stain on a near perfect game. In fact, it's almost perfect. It's a 10 out of 10. I mean, 10 out of 10 isn't perfect. It's a 10 out of 10. Because it is that good. Everything about Mass Effect 2 is that good. And I always forget about it. And then we come to play it.
Launching probe.
And I realised just how good this game is. How strong the story is, how strong the characters are, how much fun it is to play. And then you've got that part of the development team who thought, let's put a fuel gauge in. Let's go probes instead of driving around. Right, moderate, you can piss off now. And they just...
Anomaly detected.
It just pulls you out of the game and of the action. And for that,
Launching probe.
your manager needs to have a stern talking to you. Whoever, I don't care whoever it is. It could be Casey Hudson himself who wanted to do this. Somebody needs to have a stern talking to him about it. And I don't know who it was. I don't really care. But this is like, I like this.
Probe launched.
You have your scanner and you have this radio message on loop.
Status of system operator is not known. General distress.
I like this bit.
Process interrupted
Probe
at
launched.
parse point ACO6.
Something on our sensors.
I like, and alright, you launch a probe, so you're launching a probe not to get resources but to trigger a mission. That's a bit stupid as well, if probes are so restricted. But it didn't need to be this aggressively anti-fun. It could have just been, here's probes, they're infinite. We print them. We have computer systems that print small arms
Probe
and
launched.
clone guns that you pick up. We can replicate whatever you want. Apparently not food, but we can replicate physical things and mechanical things
Probe launched.
and whatever you need. But we can't replicate probes. We're going to make you buy those. So not only is it taking money away for fuel and probes, it's taking money away from you being able to buy upgrades for your weapons, for your armor, for the ship, but it also takes away the fun. I am not going to stop about this because it's... oh yeah, we've got to tick these two. Oh well, fair enough. It's just annoying. Right, I'm going to do pull, because we can use pull to trigger explosions and things, but I'm going to save Miranda's. And we haven't got any weapons to do anything with. So this is what the macro sections have basically been replaced with. 50% is the pro scanning thing, and the other 50% is this, because we have no Mako, we can't drive anywhere. It's landing into an area where there's enemies. And, you know, there's loot and things. In fact, is there a way around that? I don't think there is, looking at the crates. But quite often, they will hide things on the landing pads. But they're quick little missions.
We're compromised.
Get in cover. I know. No, that's the wrong button. She's still got its barrier, so we want warp really. Jacob pull. Big boom. I love that. I love that you can just arc the throws and things round scenery and cover. It's like, if you get it right, it's so satisfying. It's like, I can bang on about how annoying the mining thing is. 2 seconds into this mission, I'm like, this is great fun, I love it. That's the joy of the game. That goes there. That goes there. I'm guessing you're... I'm going to try and do these properly as well, because I failed quite a few of them last time, didn't I? I want better guns. I want an assault rifle. I don't know if I can have a... I'm going to Google it. I want an assault rifle. Security logs. I'm potentially not always going to read these. Basically, Interrogator Corporal Giro. Subject, Cerberus Agent Tyrone Rawlings. So Cerberus Agent has been captured. And we just stumbled upon this. Looks like they wasted a lot of people to get him. But they've got him and they're trying to use Rawlings as a tool against Cerberus. And we're obviously... We've been pulled into this. And that's going to go into that one, isn't it? Yeah. And I guess we'll try and save Rawlings if he's alive.
You're all mine.
You sure?
Very nice. This will put them down.
It's so much fun. I pinged him on that pillar and he went all the way over there. It's when you hit them and you just see legs. Thank you, Miranda. That was needed. Ouch. Have that. She's on fire. Merciless. Make 20 enemies scream as they fall or are set on fire. Already? Wow, Jacob, you are not doing anything wrong with that shotgun. But it's brutal. Keep doing it. Don't stop. We've done them. Keep setting everybody on fire. Like I said, there will be a point where we can upgrade it so that when Jacob's with us, everybody has. You can either make it super powerful for him to have incendiary rounds, or you can just make it so that everybody has. And for the squad mates, I would rather have it that they give it to everyone. Whereas for Shepard, I will power it in so that he's super powerful. But we don't have any armor powers. Oh. That's that. That's that. Yeah. Easy. Well, I don't think he made it. Right, what have we got?
This computer contains the encrypted intelligence extracted from the canon. agent. The information could adversely affect Cerberus if it were ever circulated publicly.
Again, the choice system comes into play in a big way. Recover the data for yourself, and we keep it. Upload it to Cerberus, and it can't hurt them. Upload it to the Alliance, and the Alliance can use it against Cerberus, who we're working for. I've always said, in the conversations with Cerberus in Mass Effect 1, I work for the Alliance. They may have disowned me. They would have never have had the resources to bring me back, nor would they have spent the resources to bring me back. But at his heart, Shepard is still working for the Alliance.
Data uploaded to Alliance Command.
But EDI just lets it happen, which is great. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I definitely mentioned it in the recording that failed. This menu system used to fill the screen more. You still have the Elusive Man, but it's really small. So there's something wrong with the UI there with these. Yeah. Just speed for some of the missions and things. It's a nice little end screen. So, next system to probe. We've got the fuel. Batala, I think. And there might not be a mission in every system.
But won't have capacity.
1, 2, I see 3 planets. So this might purely just be a like a system where you just scan. Thunawanaro. I mean, alright. I don't know who's naming these planets. Thunawanaro. Oh, yes, give me the EZO. I like EZO.
In research projects, Element Zero is used for bioamp and Omni-tool upgrades, which allow squad members who have biotic and tech powers to be much more effective.
Me. That's why we want the EZO. We want Shepard to be as effective as possible, because he is the constant in the squad. It's a shame there's no Garrus. We can't run the dream team.
Probe away.
Oh, we're down to 13 probes with 1 planet still in the system. I really want the EZO. Give me the EZO. That's good. That's good. That's not bad. We will always have a lot of platinum and a lot of palladium. That tends to be the more common stuff. Well, that's quite generous.
Probe away.
There's a lot on this planet, considering the first third of it had nothing.
Probe away.
Where are we? Derog. Oh, excuse me. That's moderate, so we don't need to scan that one. But we are running low on probes and fuel. So it's back to the main system to fuel up and buy probes. And then we're heading off to it. It's so annoying. That'll do. I don't need to waste credits. Normally I do. Normally I just fill it. But it's just a waste of credits. Uta. Rich, but there's not much going on.
Launching probe.
Oh, that's a big old chunk.
Probe away.
Like, even this, as mindless as this is, rotating a planet and scanning for minerals,
Launching probe.
it is necessary for the best outcome in the game. And for someone like me who just likes to upgrade things and get buy the stuff and get the gear, and you know, there's shops on Omega where I'm fully aware that first time I won't be able to buy everything, so we'll have to go back and buy it, and I've got no problem with that. This actually isn't that bad, because you'll find giant peaks like we just did then,
Launching probe.
and you'll get a decent amount of resources. It's like, oh, that's cool. There's that little dopamine hit. As a system,
Launched.
I don't know what else they could have done for the resource gathering. My problem is the limitations with it. That was moderate, but I just found a chunk. It was up here. Yeah, we're having that.
Probe away.
I'll do. And we've burned fuel, we've burned probes, we've come all this way for one planet. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. It's just annoying. Or even, and this is me being exceptionally generous, I think, even if the upgrades just meant that you didn't need to buy probes and you didn't need to buy fuel, you had enough, you always had enough. That would have been okay. Because all that we'd have done then, and all that I would have done then is, right, we're not going to mine anything until we have unlocked those and we know what we need for those upgrades. We get those first, and then we can just enjoy as much as we can for this stuff.
Probe launched.
And that's not the case. Yes, it does make it easier, but you're still buying the stupid things. I did not expect this rant to go on for almost 2 parts of this this early session. And I genuinely, viewers, I don't want this to seem like I'm slamming the game, because I am not. If you're keeping up to date, if you saw, and I don't expect anyone to have got this far into this part, to be honest. I don't think my watch time is that good. I don't think my content is that amazing. I mean, I like my content. I watch my content.
Probe launched.
Usually to remember where I've recorded up to. But
Probe away.
I'm not slamming the game. This game is one of the best games ever made. It should have been Game of the Year. I don't know if it was, I can't remember. It should have been Game of the Year, and if it wasn't, we need an inquest.
Probe.
But this is
Probe
the best way to put it. So that's suddenly gone poor. Best way to put it is Mass Effect 2 is the Empire Strikes Back of the Mass Effect trilogy. That's the best way to put it. And if you're an OG Star Wars fan, and there's another rich planet, we're going to run out of probes. If you're an OG Star Wars fan who's lived through, and alright, I am very, very, very much on the borderline of this because I never got to see the originals in the cinema.
Launching probe.
In fact, the first time I watched the originals was when they were re-released in the 90s. I think I was 8 when my dad introduced me to Star Wars, and we did every weekend, or every other weekend, I can't remember how often it was, I saw him at the time, but we'd rent a film, and they had re-released Star Wars, not in the cinema yet, but they'd released them on VHS. VHS, like, this is how far back we're going. It was before the Lucas cuts, so it was the true cinematic versions from the 70s and 80s. And we watched one every weekend for the 3 weekends or the 6 weekends or whatever it was. It blew my mind. And that was all because my dad had read that they were making Phantom Menace.
launched.
So it was probably 96. And he gone like, right, you know, my child needs to see these movies as they are because they are peak, you know, peak sci-fi. I guess. I don't know if that's what he thought, but... and this 3 rich planets. I've got 6 probes left. What an absolute joke. Alright, I'll make it even nicer to them. Put a fuel depot in every system. At the bare minimum, that's what they could do. Then the next bare minimum step up is your upgrades. I'm only doing 1 because that puts me down to 5 and you've got to buy probes in bundles of 5 because that's just how it is. The bare minimum is put a fuel station in every system.
Fuel reserves at 50%.
The slightly more generous next step up is your upgrades make it so that you don't need to buy them. That'll do for that. Just max out on probes. You buy fuel in 25 units of 25? And it's 1 credit for 1 bit of fuel? I never realised it was that pathetic. But anyway, Empire Strikes Back is widely known and forever accepted to be the greatest Star Wars movie ever made. And for a very long time, it was one of the greatest sequels ever made. That's this game. That's Mass Effect 2. In the gaming world, Mass Effect 2 is... Oh yeah, we only did 1. Is The Empire Strikes Back. Mass Effect, in a lot of ways, has parallels with the Star Wars trilogy, and then the later movies. A lot of parallels. I don't know if I've talked about this before. I feel like I have. But you've got, you know, game 1 opens your mind to the potential of this world and these characters, and you fall in love with... there isn't like a Han Solo or a... I suppose Shepard is Luke Skywalker. But it's not copying the archetypes, but you've... In the original trilogy, you've got Han Solo, whereas in this you've got Garrus. That's a very loose terminology, loose connection, but it's that sort of idea. Princess Leia is Liara, let's say. The 2 droids, you've got all these things that there isn't necessarily an overarching big bad. The Reapers are a big threat, obviously, and there's theories that the Reapers are behind what's happening now, even at this point in 2. So look at the Reapers in the loosest possible terms as the Empire. The story for Mass Effect is so much more involved, so much more advanced, so much more interesting than the story for Star Wars. But what it does to a sci-fi fan's brain is the same. It presents this beautiful world, filled with beautiful characters, a world that seems believable, it feels lived in, it looks lived in. You know, the original trilogy is very dulled down, it's not shiny and new like the prequels. It's very, very toned down. It looks worn. This is the same. The idea behind Mass Effect 1 is A New Hope. Mass Effect 2 is Empire Strikes Back. Mass Effect 3 is Return of the Jedi. And film-wise, it's the same as game-wise. 2's the best. So Empire Strikes Back, Mass Effect 2, they're the best ones in the series. In terms of story and character development, I would argue that Mass Effect 1 is next. Slightly lower. Very different style of gameplay, and the gameplay lets it down. But for an experience, it's there. Same with A New Hope. A New Hope is the second best Star Wars movie. And then Return of the Jedi, Mass Effect 3 are below that. Depending on your feelings, depends how far below it. But it's the impossible end to the trilogy. that nobody really wanted to end. And you can... This is rich, yeah. Why have these, like, this is a core system, there's a space station, when we get to Omega, made out of an asteroid. Why are these planets rich? Why are we scanning these planets? I don't get it.